Guys, from the news that I'm receiving here, the guy who has been fighting me left, right, center, we've arrested him. The guy who came with the guns to fight my security, he's under custody right now. I was just pleading as a prayer with the man, but I just know he's a serious criminal. He has been fighting police officers, DCI, he's been coming to my home, attacking people, money disappearing. Even he filmed my car without my consent.
A very good morning, beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another reaction video in this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Microscope Africa. And today I'm going to discuss about what Lady J came on camera and told the subscribers what happened, and I'll be discussing about, does the evidence match the robbery with violence claim that Lady J came on camera and told people. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who have not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to other individuals. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime I post any video, you people get notified. Watch my videos from the beginning up to the end without skipping those ads that you see there. Let us show love to this YouTube channel. Let us like all my videos. Let me begin this discussion by giving us just a small synopsis. What was very evident from the scene that Lady J is coming to claim that was robbery with a violence claim. Let me start by saying this. I'm going to put emotions aside and looking strictly at the evidence that was made public. We are going to analyze the incidents frame by frame and ask one simple question. Does the available footage support the claim that this was an attempt robbery with violence, or does it appear to show something else? Let us begin from the start. In the publicly available videos, we see a young man approach the vehicle. The first question any investigator would ask is, where is the evidence that he attempted to steal the vehicle or money or any property? Robbery with violence is a very serious allegation. Investigators will normally look for evidence of theft or an attempt theft, threats or violence used to facilitate that theft, or the involvement of armed accomplices. Those are key questions. Next, let us examine who appears to be carrying weapon in the footage. From what viewers can observe, the watchman appeared to be carrying a machete, and later there are scenes showing a bow and arrows. I do not see the young man publicly or visibly armed in the clip that have circulated publicly. If additional evidence exists, investigators will be the ones to evaluate it. Now, let us consider the sequence of events. The confrontation appears to begin after the young man touches the vehicle. That raises another question. Did the confrontation arise from touching the car or from attempted robbery? Those are very serious situations. The footage also appears to show the confrontation escalating after the watchman became involved. That escalation is very important because investigators usually reconstruct the timeline second by second. Another issue people are debating is the role of people filming. Recording an incident in public is not by itself the same as participating is an offense. If someone alleges that another person coordinated an attack, that allegation would need supporting evidence beyond the existence of a video recording. If authorities are investigating claims that specific people organized or planned an attack, they would normally look for phone records, witness statements, communications, or other evidence that will really support what is being alleged or what is being said, not simply rely on assumption. Lady J, in his own video, he has really read a lot of statement that is meant to tarnish Gintu's name. As viewers, we should distinguish between what the video appears to show and what it has been alleged afterwards. Those are not always the same. The most important point in this matter deserves a fairness investigation. If new evidence emerges, it should be considered. If allegations cannot be supported by evidence, they should also be treated with caution. In the end, the justice system, not social media, determines where a crime such as robbery with violence occurred. Our responsibility is to examine the facts that are publicly available, ask reasonable questions, and avoid reaching conclusions that the evidence does not support. Ladies and gentlemen, after giving us that small synopsis, it is now time to digest each word systematically, evidently, and we have to speak the broader thing that people will realize that this is what happened. So this means that today we are going to discuss about something very different. We are going to put our own thoughts together and publicly available videos from Nyabuhanse incidents, as though we were investigators reviewing the evidence. Let us first look at the position. Lady J came to the camera. He claimed something that the intention or they robbed him some money from the vehicle. Let us look where Lady J's construction site is. Let us look where the vehicle was and let us analyze everything. Where the vehicle was, that was a public access place. It is not almost near the construction building. Yeah, that is a road that everybody can pass. Let us bring realistic so that people can see. For those who perceive like this young boy attacked Lady J in his construction site, there is nothing like that. Let us be realistic the way I've said. Let us see how things happened. And let us now monitor that video. This is not about taking side. It is about asking whether the public available footage appears to support the claim that have been made afterwards. There are two different stories circulating online. On one of these stories told in public shared. So the other one is the story contained in allegation that Lady J himself came and since discussed it publicly. So the question is, do they match? Let us begin. According to the public circulated footage, the confrontation appeared next to Davy Jr.'s white Mercedes-Benz. A young man is seen near the vehicle and argument follows. It is alleged that the confrontation started. The video has led many viewers to believe that the dispute started or after the vehicle was started. That is the sequence many people online say they observe. The video that I've posted, we can see very evidently that that young man touched the vehicle. What followed next? That young man was slapped with the watchman. If that is indeed how events unfolded, then the first question begins. At what point does this appear to be an attempt robbery? Look at that young man. And this is not a conclusion that I'm going to give us. It is a question that naturally arises when comparing what is visible in the video with the later allegation. As viewers, we should distinguish between what we can actually see and what is being claimed afterward. The next thing visible in the footage is the arrival of the watchman. The video appears to show him carrying weapons, including that look like a machete and later a bow and arrow. Those are significant details because they are directly observable in the footage. So, for those who are claiming that some goons, I'll be defining to us what is this robbery with violence and what is these goons that Lady J himself is coming to tell the public that there were some goons that were coordinated by its Gintu. The young man, on the other hand, does not appear visible armed in the clip that have been made publicly circulated. If there is additional evidence not available in the public, investigators will be the ones to examine it. But based solely on the public video, that is what viewers are able to see. Let me start by the confrontation then escalates. People begin gathering, the atmosphere becomes tense, voices become loud. From there, the incidents appear to develop very rapidly. This is where every investigator asks the same question. Who caused the escalation? Was it an attempt to steal property? Can somebody just wake up one morning, then in a public, in a day broad light, with no weapon, you go and try to steal? Let us be realistic once again. Or did the situation escalated from verbally disagreement? Because what we could see from that, after the slap, there was a lot of tension. The boy became very hungry. That is why we could even see people trying to throw stones to each other. Yeah. So those are two different scenarios, and they matter because the sequence of event is critically in any investigation. Another important issue concerns the allegation that Gintu planned or coordinated the incident. If such claim was made, investigators will normally look for supporting evidence, communication, witness statements, or other corroborated material. You came on camera, told people how millions of shillings were stolen from the vehicle. Ladies and gentlemen, from that vehicle, we could see Lady J driving that vehicle because we could see that boy touching the vehicle, we could see the watchman, and we could see Lady J leaving that scene immediately. Tell us, is there even an attempt to open that doors? Nothing. So Lady J is now positioning himself that is one of the richest people in Nyabohanse, of which I have come on camera several times and have told people, this is not the reality. You will never become rich from begging from the subscribers. Okay, a video recording itself does not automatically establish that someone organized an incident. Recording an event and planning an event are different things. This reminds me, even before Gintu came there, Gintu was in my birthday celebrating with us. Yeah, videos are there. At what time Gintu planned all these things? That distinction is very important. It is also important not to convict anyone in the court or public opinion because all the facts are known. The public video raises many questions. They do not by themselves answer every question. That is why careful analysis matter. Today, rather than relying on rumors, I want us to focus on the actual visibility and what reasonable questions arise from it. If more evidence exists beyond the footage that public can see, investigators are the appropriate people to access. As viewers, we should resist the temptation to fill the gaps with attention. And that is why when you look, there is something I've texted there, the biggest liar. And this is not the Standard newspaper of Kenya. This is Maxwell Lumumba calling Lady J, this is the biggest liar in Nyabuhanse village. Let us continue examining the public available information carefully. So, one of the terms that was discussed publicly is robbery with violence. Under Kenyan law, robbery with violence is a serious offense. It generally involves stealing or attempting to steal property while using or threatening violence, being armed with a dangerous weapon, or acting together with one or more other people. Ultimately, whether those legal elements are met in for investigators and court to determine, and that's the reality. Look at what we can see. Young man, the way I said, was not even armed, even with a stone at the beginning. Nothing. The only person who was armed was the watchman. So this tells us that if there was somebody who should be accused with robbery with violence, it is now the Lady J and the watchman. Another word that has been used is goons. That is not a legal term. When you know, because nowadays we have seen a lot of goons when it comes to politics. Now you want to even call goons, yeah? We have seen goons walking with policemen back to back with rungus, yeah? Those I don't know if they're called what. With those I don't know how rungus are called. I don't know if they're called krohama or what, yeah? Those herbs, those rungus, yeah? Those sticks that are used in forks, yeah? We have seen them doing that. So tell us from that video, who is the goon that you're telling us? And the good thing about, there is nowhere goon can be a legal term. So when you come on camera and tell people that goons were being organized somewhere, people commonly use it to describe individuals who intimidate, threaten, or use violence, often acting as a group. But that was only one individual. The likes was Gintu, they were there as public figures, yeah? They just came there as crowd. But you as a crowd member, you cannot witness evil things when somebody is being intimidated with somebody who perceives himself as to be rich. So this tells us that simply being present at the scene or recording an incident does not by itself establish that someone is part of the crowd acting unlawful. What Gintu was doing, Gintu was recording, and that is it. Let us look only at the public available video. Viewers can ask questions such as, do the videos shows attempt to steal property? Is those visible evidence in the footage? When the issue actually escalated, that is the time that we could see now they're chasing each other with stones next to Lady J's story building. And how many times I've said this? Lady J is a thick-minded. Why? We have so many places where you can build a story building, where you know the return on investment. There is cash flow each day. So you are now bragging to people the way you are constructing. Is that the first story building in Nyabuhanse village? The answer is no. Is that the first story building within, let's say, Sibania or Bigori County? The answer is no. You are a mere child who is just trying to get life now. You are seeing yourself that you have just get life to success. And in reality, that is not the reality. We have a lot of people who are rich in Migori County, a lot of them. And this is just a reputation Let me remind, I know some of stupid subscribers that defend Daisy. They will be coming here in the comment section telling me like, Max, I don't know what. Go get life. Go get life, yeah? Because the way you will be coming, it is the same way I'll be returning you, yeah? I can abuse, disobey. That is part of me, yeah? That is part of me. When you come there, I don't know, texting stupid things, let us meet in the comment section. You just come. I'll even disrespect your family, yeah? So, when I was saying that this is one of the most serious criminal offenses under Kenyan law, it is not just a small disagreement or a fight. You know, now people are taking that when you see something like a fight between two individuals, you want to turn these to be robbery with it has specific legal elements, and the courts, not YouTube, social media, decide whether those elements have been met. Generally speaking, robbery with violence involves stealing or attempting to steal property while using or threatening violence, or being armed with a dangerous weapon. Lady J has come on camera and said that that individual is a criminal. He has fought this year, he has fought policeman. Bring your evidence. Yeah? He has went ahead and said that this person has been stealing from the family. Come with your evidence. Investigators look all these evidence, not just through one video clip. Let us compare that legal concept with that viewer saying that they can see in the public available footage. The first question is simple. Where is the apparent attempt to steal property? Show us. Even when Kenge had a confrontation with Gintu, where was the attempt to steal property? Did the public video appears to show anyone taking money from anybody? It is nowhere. Did they appear to show anyone trying to drive away with a vehicle? There is no one. Did they appear to show anyone demanding property? There is no one. Those are questions viewers naturally ask whether or when they hear such serious allegations. So, the second issue that I've discussed is about the goons. That word is often on social media, but it is not a legal term the way I said. People usually use it to describe a group of people that are brought together to intimidate, threaten, or attack others. But if someone says goons were sent, what evidence will investigators normally expect? They will look for evidence of planning, communication, witness statement, phone records, or other materials connecting people to a coordinated plan. Simply seeing people gather at a scene or saying someone filmed does not by itself establish that they were sent there or that they were acting together unlawful. Another important discussion is the difference between recording and participating. In many public incidents, people pull out their phone. If I could be there, I could pull out the phone. And the good thing about those people who recorded the footage that we could see, it has really helped the subscribers to know what really happened. Let us assume nobody could be recording any video. If this thing could be said that there was attempt robbery with violence, everybody could be ticking and say, yes, it occurred because we don't have evidence. Recording an incident does not by itself prove someone organizes it. How many people? You are coming to the camera and telling people that this individual recorded my vehicle. How many families, Lady J, have you recorded? A lot of families. Every day, you go recording people, you go recording families, you go recording different people. Then, you are coming here to tell somebody that he recorded my vehicle. Do you think Do you think you are an important person? Come very slow, and I'll be telling you the reason why you being in Nyabohanthe village, you should come very slow, even though, yeah? Let me tell you one thing. Why, and this is not tribalism or what, or clanism, yeah? The reason why I'm telling you to come very slow. Your father bought land in Nyabohanthe. They were not, you were not born, okay, they were not born in Nyabohanthe. So this tells us that they came from a specific place. They came to Nyabohanthe and bought land. You are now intimidating the villagers who have been born there. So that means when it comes to clanism, the villagers, they have a lot of big clans. So you are trying to fight a battle that you will never win. And that's the reality, yeah? This is now a clanism versus individualism. So, Lady J, as long as you're bragging on camera the way you, I don't know what, just realize yourself that you are fighting in a village, in a non-village. Yeah? You are just there as an intruder. Yeah? So, let us live in peace and harmony. In the same, because at the end of the day, you'll be the same person who will be losing. You are now questioning that the watchman, I don't know, will do the case. And the same watchman, it is being alleged that has married from the other clan that you want to arrest. Do you think this will proceed? You will never win this case that you are now bringing, yeah? And that's the reality. You know, sometimes people will now perceive these as maybe Marx is now taking us. No, I'm not taking it. That's the reality that I have to tell you. And it is being allowed. For me to say the reality the way it is, I have to say it. Now, let us return to sequence that show in the public video. The confrontation appears to begin where it began. So, that tells us a lot of things. The first thing every investigator does is to establish the timeline. Not opinion, not emotions. A timeline. Who arrived first? Who spoke first? Who escalated the confrontation? Who introduced weapon to the situation? Those are questions that investigators ask before. Timeline don't have emotion. They are based on violence. When you look at publicly available videos, the confrontation appears to begin as a disagreement near the vehicle. And the incident develops, more people gathered, the watchman becomes involved, and the situation grows within. That is, every second of the footage matters. Every word mattered. Every moment mattered. And if that matter is under investigation, the authorities will compare the public footage with witness statement and any other evidence they have. Another point worth discussing is the proportionality. If someone believes their property has been interfered with, what is the reasonable response? Do you calmly ask the person to step away? Do you call the authorities if necessary? Or does the situation escalate in a confront? Those are questions that people are asking watching the video. Another thing that stands out is how quickly the crowd formed. Yeah, crowd naturally gather when there is shouting or conflict. That alone does not tell us that this person is there. Some people watch, some people try to calm the situation down, some people record, some people simply happen to be passing by. That is why investigators avoid assuming that everyone present had the same purpose. Each person's actions have to be considered individually. And let me say this as I'm almost ending this conversation of the day. Let me say this. It has become a conversation about respect, responsibility, and how conflict should be handled in a community. The public deserves answers based on evidence, not speculation. At the same time, everyone involved deserves a fair process. No one should be declared guilty on social media. No one should be declared innocent without proper investigation. The best approach is to let the evidence speak. That is how justice works. That is how the truth is being established. As more as verified information becomes available, people reassesses their views based on a fact rather than rumors. And this is the standard we shall all aim for. And let me say this and pardon this. Lady J is the biggest liar in this universe. Yeah, because you have a grudge with somebody, so you want to prove to the world you are a potential. Everything backfired. What Lady J planned has really backfired. Yeah. Let me end this conversation from that point. We'll be talking in the next topic. Goodbye for now. Let us meet in the next video. Goodbye.